Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to come to you live today. I have Sarah with me. Sarah is going to be helping make dinner tonight. So this actually happens in our family quite often. So I figured tonight I would just come on and show you what we do every night. I always grab a kid and we usually make dinner together. So tonight we're making Italian chicken patties. So if you think like your salmon patties and your potato patties and things like that, that's kind of what we're doing. But we're going to be doing Italian chicken, and we're going to be putting some cauliflower on the side. And then another thing is we're actually not going to be using chicken, we're using turkey. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. But first, I want to tell you how we save some money in our family. So how many of you, raise your hand, I can't see you, but you can see yourself, buy Italian dressing from the store? I used to, until I learned to make my own. Because when I make my own, I know the ingredients. I know how long it's been sitting in my fridge. I can make just a little bit at a time based on what I need, because we don't do Italian dressing a whole lot. But I do the same thing with my ranch as well, which we do use more often. So we're going to make some homemade Italian dressing right now. So I'm using our Quick Shake. Our Quick Shake is really awesome because it does have this blender wheel. And so when you put your liquids and your solids in here and you put your seal on, it's going to shake and it's going to mix it up for you. So to make this, we're going to be using a homemade Italian seasoning blend. That's upside down, sorry. And I love our spice shakers because it keeps everything loose because it is an airtight seal. So I don't have to worry about things growing in there. So that's really great. So Sarah, will you please use the measurements right here on the side and give me half a cup of olive oil. So she's just going to pour in half a cup of olive oil, and you can use up to 2/3 cups. You don't. The olive oil part is not super sensitive, so if you go a little over, a little under, that's fine too. To our olive oil, now that it's half a cup, we're going to add a 1/4 cup of vinegar. So if you look real close, there's a little dot right there. That's the 1/4 cup. So those notches will show you your measurements in a 1/4 cup. So you're going to go real slow. And if you want me to do it, I can do it for you. And we're going to pour just a little bit, a 1/4 cup of vinegar. Should we do it for you? The vinegar's a little full, so she's working on it. A little bit more. A little bit more. Now you can't use measuring cups, but why dirty up an extra couple of measuring cups when I've got my measurements right there? All right, a little bit more. You got to get to the dot. That's all right. Okay, so there we go. So now we have our vinegar and our olive oil. Then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of our seasoning and 2 tablespoons of water. Now the tablespoon won't fit, so you're going to have to just pour it over. And that's the great thing about seasoning. So whenever you're working with something, parsley, basil, oregano, those kinds of aromatics, you can go just a little over it. It's not a huge deal. When you're baking, you want to be more precise. But when you are, let's see, there we go. When you're baking, you want to be more precise, but when you are just seasoning and making things flavorful, you can go a little over and it's not a big deal. And then you're going to add 2 tablespoons of water. 1 and 2. Perfect. All right, so we're going to put our blender wheel on, and the thumb grip's going to go facing up so you can pull it out if you needed to. And then we want to pour those beautiful seasonings out. So we want the opening to be at the spout. So we're going to start opposite. So I'm going to start opposite the spout or the opening, and then I'm just going to turn it. Oh, hold on. We have to go. Yep, I did. Sorry. So we're going to turn this to align with the numbers. I always get that backwards, but it's okay. You figure it out pretty quickly. So again, opposite. And then we're just going to spin the top. And now we have a seal all the way around. Push down on there. Make sure you got that nice tight seal, and then shake it. Shake it, shake, 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 shake. That's it. That's Italian dressing. So now this is going in our recipe. Okay. We're meal prepping, so that means that this is a recipe that we are going to cook tonight, but if we didn't want to cook it tonight, we can actually freeze it. I love meal prepping because it saves me time in the kitchen. We're going to put all of our ingredients into one bowl, and then we're going to add in our meat, and then we're going to form our patties, and then we're going to cook it in the microwave. So let's get started. We need, can you tell me what we need?
4 boneless, 2/3 cup Italian dressing.
Okay, so grab the Italian dressing we just made, and you're going to put 2/3 cup. And I'm going to push this down a little bit so you can see what we're doing. So you can actually just use the spout. You don't actually need to open it all the way. Just pop the top. Perfect. All right, hold on. Let's put it on the other side. So she had opened it. There we go. So now I can get the seasonings out. Okay. Get your 2/3 cup. Awesome. So I love these measuring cups because the 2/3 cup is a single cup, which makes it really easy for kids to work in the kitchen because they're not having to think about doing 1/3 plus 1/3. Now she's old enough to do that math, but if you have an 8-year-old or a 7-year-old that you want to be helping, this is a great way that you can tell them, fill that and put it in there. That's a 2/3 cup. All right, what's next?
1/4 cup of soy sauce.
Okay. Now, soy sauce is something you do want to splurge on if you're going to put it in your recipes. I've had cheap soy sauce and it doesn't have much flavor. So you definitely want to get a good brand or at least a middle line brand if you're going to do soy sauce, especially if you like the flavor of soy sauce. Okay, what's next?
1/8 teaspoon of garlic powder.
Okay. Now, an 1/8 teaspoon is also called a pinch. So if ever you see a pinch of spice in your recipe, it's an 1/8 teaspoon, and it's about a pinch. It's just a little bit. So we're going to do the same amount of garlic and onion. And she's using the spice shakers, which are Madramate line, so they are airtight. But if you notice, she opened them real easily. So when you've had them in your kitchen, you've been using with them, they will loosen up just a little bit, enough so that you can have a kid help you in the kitchen and open them. And then we need
1/4 teaspoon of black pepper.
Okay. So if you got an 8, what do you need?
Use the fork.
Well, that's okay. So we're gonna have extra spice. Remember what I told you just a little while ago? That if you have, we don't want more because it only called for an 1/8, and you put a 4. You put a 4.
I can afford to eat this. Oh, right.
So we over season, but that's okay. It's just gonna make it more delicious, right? So, but we do want to be careful about that pepper and your salt. So your salt and your pepper are 2 things you definitely want to follow the directions for your recipe, and then put some on the table because everybody's palate is different. I don't like a lot of pepper, and then some people like a lot of salt, like my son who's 19, and I just look at him like he's crazy as he goes like this. I'm like, really? So anyway, so we have all of our delicious seasonings in there. Okay, and we're gonna do a quick mix. Grab a spatula from here. And then we're going to add our meat. So I told you that it was going to be turkey tonight, and that's because I found a sticker. So I went shopping yesterday, and don't be afraid of any stickers. So this is not bad. This sticker only means that it's going to go bad in a day or 2. So that means you want to snatch this up and freeze it, meal prep with it, plan to use it. Definitely take advantage of this and take care of it in a day, 24 hours, 48 no more, or it will go bad. And so this is a 3-pound turkey, ground turkey that I got, good brand, and I'm going to put 2/3 of it because we need 2 pounds, and this is a 3-pound. So we're just going to open this up. I'm going to need a knife. Grab me a knife. And we are going to put about 2/3 of it. All right, reach in, grab this larger piece and drop it in. And this is where things get messy. Now, if you don't like getting messy, that's okay. You can also use a spatula or a spoon to mix it all up. Okay, put it in your salt and your seasoning. Grab that one. Okay. Now, what she was talking about a second ago, now you can use your spatula and you can just start mixing all of that marinade. There's that foam piece underneath, okay? Now, all your meats are going to have that. So ground beef, pork, chicken, ribs, all of that's going to have that foam. That is an important part of the packaging and sitting on the shelf. Once you get home, we want to move our meat out of these packages because this foam has been absorbing blood and water and byproducts and bacteria has been growing in it, and it's just not pretty. Okay, guys, don't keep your meat on this. Whether you put it in a container and freeze it, or you put it in a skillet and you make some spaghetti, we definitely want to take our meat out, away from this, because it's been sitting on this for days. So we want to take it off of this foam pad and store it in another container where it won't continue to be sitting on bacteria and all those nasty things that it's been leaking, okay? It's just a natural thing that happens. It's no big deal. Just want to get it moved. All right. So she's just mixing up all that seasoning, all that deliciousness that we just put in here, and then we're going to make some patties. When we make our patties, I'm going to put it in our stack cooker. Our stack cooker is, it's got a colander piece, and that's what we're going to put it on because this will cook and it will have some drippings. So we definitely want to let all of those juices and grease come off, and it's going to drain into the bottom piece. So the stack cooker does stack. You can do chicken breast with this, meatballs. You can do taco meat. You can do all sorts of things, and it will drain all of the grease down into a second container so that you're not eating that. All right, to make our patties, we're just going to grab some meat, just like making a burger. Just like making a burger, we're just going to put it around the edge. That's it, nothing special. That's perfect. All right, we're going to do 2 more. Okay, do 1 more. Right there. Perfect. All right, now when you're dealing with meat, especially poultry, you don't want to wash your hands before you start moving things. So I'm not going to move this yet. I'm going to show you real quick, and then I'm going to go wash my hands. So we have our patties. Now we're going to do 6 minutes per pound. Now this is probably about a little less than a pound. So I'm going to do 5 minutes, and then I'm going to check it and see, because these are thinner patties, and then we'll have dinner ready in about maybe 10 minutes total. So I'm going to wash my hands, pop this in the microwave, and we are going to have dinner soon. So thank you for joining us, and I hope you make Italian chicken patties or chicken breasts or chicken drumsticks. You can throw this marinade on anything. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we're looking forward to dinner. Bye, guys.